promise this won't be super long. This is a song I've actually already done for my family. Well, I didn't do it for my whole family. This is a song I've already sent to my mom. I did this a few weeks back, maybe a month, I don't know, a while. I think I can do it better now, which is why I'm revisiting it. But it's called My Mother, and it's from the Chipmunk Adventure. Love that movie. And maybe I'll do other songs from that movie. I'm trying to, like, Off to See the World would probably be a good one. I'll have to think on that. But this song is one I've loved ever since I was a kid. There's this great video of a little girl crying when this part happens in the movie. Oh my god. I'll try to find it and put a link in the description. It's one of those, like, sympathetic criers, but to the extreme. And she's like a 1-year-old. Like, she's so cute. And like somebody else starts crying or is sad. I think it's the penguin is crying and she starts crying, and it's, oh my god. My heart. That child. Okay, anyway. But yeah, so this is a part of the movie where the Chipettes have rescued this little penguin and they're taking it back to Antarctica because it misses its family. And it has a little locket around its neck. It has a picture of its mom and dad and it's so freaking adorable. Like, the penguin is. And the locket and the whole thing. And this song is just absolutely beautiful. I've never actually looked to see who wrote this. I should, though, because it's just a beautiful darn song. But again, one of those I've wanted to sing for my song for years. Like, my first memory of wanting to sing it to her was back in, like, my early days of college, like 99, 98. It's either 98 or 99. It was one of those. And because there was a friend of mine in my same dorm or whatever that same thing. She loved the song and had since she was a kid and also wanted to sing it for her mother. But we didn't have any accompaniment. There's no karaoke track for this, or maybe there is by now and I just haven't been looking, but I don't think there is. So yeah, I didn't want to just sing just the, again, a cappella by myself. That's boring if you can avoid it. But now I can finally accompany myself, play the song, and sing along to it like I've always wanted to do for years and years. And she really, really loved even the first version where I was surely messing up and doing it slower and whatever. And I may still, there's one chord in here that I may still mess up. I'm going to try not to. I practiced it like 3 times before I hit record. And it's B minor. It's not like the hardest chord in the world, but it's just one I don't do often, and it's in the middle of several other chords, so it's one of those that can kind of surprise you, which I keep meaning to do this and not doing it. I need to start just get like my yellow highlighter out and just highlight the hard chords so I know they're coming, because that's part of the problem is they surprise me because I forget where they are and then I'm just like scrambling to get my fingers in place. So just another note, if you're like either using a book or printing out your own music, like I'm doing, you can make notes on it right all over. Like, I crossed, again, while I was practicing, I think I accidentally played E7 instead of E minor, whereas before I had it as E minor at this particular point, and I was like, wait a minute, that actually sounded good. That worked. And then I tried it both ways with singing, and I'm like, oh my god, I can play E7 instead of E minor, and like the easy version of E7 when it's only 2 strings, not even the E7 plus. So yeah, so I crossed those out and put E7, and but I didn't have a highlighter with me at the time. Maybe I'll bring that downstairs because all my highlighters are up here, and by the time I'm up here, I'm trying to just play the songs before it gets too hot and I have to run back downstairs. Oh yeah. Breathe. I'm gonna need some breath. Because I want to do the song justice and hopefully not mess it all up. Sweaty hand. Okay. So this is a song for all of you who love your mother, which most of us do. Mothers are good people most of the time. Mine is especially good. I'm gonna gush about it for another second because I love my mom so much. Okay. She taught me how to sing. Like, she's my whole inspiration for singing. I mean, my dad sings too, and he sang me lullabies. Like, both of them sang me lullabies as a kid. So it's not, I don't want to like diminish his contribution. Because yeah, he can sing well as well. But my mom is just like, you wouldn't believe, out of this world singer. She's just like, she was in a singing group for a while, that toured around, and she was always in the choir, you know, for church, and we would just sing around the house. I think I don't know. She's just, her and her singing have always been a part of my life, and I wanted to sing like her. Like, what little kid wouldn't want to sing like their beautiful mom with a beautiful voice that sounded and looked like an angel? I wanted to be my mom, so yeah, she's my inspiration for a lot of this. And I think my dad did try to teach me guitar at one point, but I was having none of it. And I don't think he has played in a really long time. How long did you play, Dad? I don't remember you necessarily playing songs for us, but I know there was a guitar around, like a real one. I know we had the Smurf guitar that was just a toy, but there was a real guitar around too, so I feel like you at least tried to learn at one point. I don't know. Answer me this, just because I'm curious. Anyway. Oh God, I really can't stop talking. Okay. It's hard to remember a summer or winter when she hasn't been there for me. A friend and companion I can always depend on. My mother, that's who I mean. I've taken for granted the seeds that she planted. She's always behind everything. A teacher, a seeker, a both arms outreacher. My mother, that's who I mean. Wish I could slow down. Wish I could slow down the hands of time. Keep things the way they are. If she said so, I would give her the world if I could. I would. My love and my laughter from here ever after is all that she says that she needs. A friend and companion I can always depend on. My mother, that's who I mean. My mother, that's who I mean. That's who I mean. So I only screwed up once, right? Where was that? I don't even remember now. Oh, I know. It was a D, and my finger went down. Ugh. Stinking D's. My finger. I don't have like big fingers. I don't think. I think they're average size fingers. So I don't know how, like, you know, men usually have larger hands than women. Like, I literally don't know how a man would play this. How do you fit your fingers there? I can barely do it. And even then, what they tend to... That's probably a chord. Wonder what chord that is. I'm not gonna find out right now. But yeah, it's difficult to keep them all in that one little space. Like the frets actually get smaller as you go. Never mind. Well, at least that is one of the largest frets. So that's the better place to do it. Like, if I tried to do all three here, ooh. I mean, that sounds like Psycho, so, like, the soundtrack. I don't think you would want to ever do that. That's probably not in any song ever. But, yeah, I just screwed up a D. I can deal with that. But I nailed the B minor. I was proud of myself because I had talked about it beforehand, so I knew to be on the lookout. And part of that too, when you have a chord like that coming up that you know is a little tricky and you know you're not used to, what I did, and most of the time you can do this, is the A before it, I played it, then I immediately let go because it'll still keep going. If anybody knows why sometimes it sounds tinny like that, please let me know, because I don't know. Just every once in a while, I must be doing something a little wrong, and I don't know what. I can't reproduce it on purpose. Sometimes it happens, and it sounds like tinny and gross, so, ugh. And if you know why that's happening, let me know. Maybe I can try to fix it. But, anyway, I was going from an A. So you play the chord, lift up your fingers. Right now my fingers are sticking to it. Typically you wouldn't hear that, but you just play, lift up, and then position so that you can go right into the next thing. So you give your fingers a little more time instead of staying on the A and then scrounging to get to the B minor. You just go A, stop it. Especially when you're singing, like, people don't notice. Go from the another, that's who. Well, now I'm making it sound terrible. That's who I meet. What am I doing? Is my finger just sticking? I swear that's what I did before. Another, that's who I meet. Whatever. Go back and look at what I did the first time, because that was right and I can't reproduce what I did apparently at that moment. But that's another trick that I've just learned. I often forget it, but I try to remember that that's one thing you can do, is lift up before you necessarily have to, just to give yourself a little more time. Yeah. So I think that's all for this song, and it's not 30 minutes long. It's still longer than it should be. I'm sorry. I love the Chipmunk Adventure. I love this song, and I don't even know what else. And I love my mom. Obviously. So, yeah. Yeah, okay. Just making sure my mouse is in the right place because I can barely see it through the paper. But yeah, I've got one more to do, and that one I think is pretty darn easy to play. So hopefully I won't mess it up. Fingers crossed. Yep, let's do that. That's all for this one. Okay, really going now. Bye!